For context, I don't have any form of relationship with Ace, the developer of AIKODE, and received this demo from being a Patreon supporter. I'm not making this video as any form of advertisement. I just wanted to share my appreciation for this project with my audience. However, if you are interested in checking out the project, you can also wishlist the game on Steam, follow the game on Twitter, and listen to the demo soundtrack on Spotify. Based on my experience playing the demo, I admittedly don't know much about the game's story, but first let me share my impressions of the game itself based off of what I played myself. It was actually pretty fun, and yeah, there was a little bit of little floatiness going on. However, it does feel a lot like Automata. B is for close range attacks, Y is area attacks, holding Y launches opponents up in the air, right trigger dashes and dodges, and right bumper shoots. Pretty much plays a lot like Automata at this point. The boss within the demo also had attacks that synchronized with the song that was playing at the time, reminding me a lot about Simone in Automata, and that's something I really hope happens more frequently in the game itself. There was a portion where you actually get a chance to fly and go underwater, and it felt pretty smooth actually, making me wonder how the flying mechanics will work within the full game itself, since there is footage of flying within various parts, even at one point even flying towards the planet itself, and also the bike mechanics, seeing if there's only certain areas where you can ride a bike and who can ride it. I don't know, it's something that is really captivating to me in all honesty. Besides only talking about the demo, I also wanted to share some information I found from the official website, which will also be linked in the description of this video. The demo introduces 3 characters, Aiko, NieR, and the puppet. The demo contains 2 versions of Aiko, the first being when she was 21 years old, had moved to Shibuya, and is going by the pseudonym Ace. The second version of her is playable towards the end of the demo as a Kiao. I don't know if that's pronounced correctly, so if anybody knows, please correct that. I would really appreciate some corrections. I'll go more into her known background later in the video. The other character you play as in the demo is NieR, a 16-year-old human girl. It's currently unknown what their relationship with Aiko is, but it's safe to assume they are both 2 different playable characters throughout the story. The third character in the demo is the puppet. Compared to the other 2, there isn't much information known about her, but I'm guessing she will play a large role within the narrative itself, and that's just being left out on purpose. Something that caught my attention in the demo was the mention of Schrodinger's cat. Schrodinger's cat is a notorious thought experiment by Erwin Schrödinger in 1935. This experiment, which was not actually conducted by the way, that's why it's called a thought experiment, a cat was to be placed inside a sealed box with a flask of poison and a radioactive source. Since the status of the cat is unknown, the cat is simultaneously alive and dead. It is not until you look inside the box and determine if it's either alive or dead. With this idea of the cat being both alive and dead inside the box, my theory is that this is connected to the differentiation between humans and machines. There are currently 2 known types of characters in the game, humans and Kiaos. Aiko, for example, has a human and Kiao version, with the different versions of her on the website showing she had been a human presumably until around age 35, later being a Kiao. The same can be roughly said about another character not seen in the demo, but present in early trailers of the game, Ahiko. Ahiko also has a human and a Kiao version, and also seems to be a playable character with this very short snippet from another trailer. NieR and her best friend Emma are also humans, followed by 2 other characters that I had honestly never seen before, Joshua and Izagi, who has a sudden mention inside this trailer featuring 2 other child characters that I'm going to mention later in the video. Joshua is the founder of the Order, an organization currently unknown, but based on Aiko's description, they are the group that created her, her Kaio version to be exact, with the purpose of protecting humanity. Izagi, on the other hand, is unknown, and there's no specifications if he's either human or Kiao, but the word describing him is ambition, making me assume that he has something to do with the puppet project, or maybe the creation of Kiao, which also I'm going to mention a little bit later. The final character seen on the website is Saya, who seems to be the most mysterious of them all. There is a very short teaser trailer featuring her as a child with child Aiko, so it seems like they knew each other as children in a hospital in Kumakoto, the Jaiki hospital to be exact. Her description on the website is also written in binary, and when translated to English, it reads out the word lies. Regarding her relationship with Aiko, the description of Aiko's Ace version also mentions a blue prosthetic eye she began to wear, which happens to have the word Saya written on the iris. It's kind of making me wonder what kind of relationship they had together, and whether or not something happened, maybe they were fused together in some way. I'm not too sure. It's a big mystery, and I'm really invested in to see what happens. Now, moving on to the world of the game itself, taking place in the world of Somnium, with the description reading, "This world is a dream of rotting corpses of a child who is still alive, an opaque and closed box, a macabre metaphor where the last breath of a cat is called poison." Okay, this is now really sounding a lot like Schrodinger's cat experiment. One of the areas you can explore is Shibuya, where the game even has this fourth wall breaking moment upon starting the demo.
It all starts in the real world. The person who made this game was obsessed with making an exact copy of Shibuya.
The Sayukai GK Hospital is where mothers were allowed to abandon their children anonymously and legally. It did receive a lot of criticism with this practice, but it was seen as a lifesaver for many children. As mentioned before, this is where it seems like Aiko and Saya grew up in. There is also Synthetica, a new technological world created to be a metropolis and humanity's salvation, ruled by the Order. Within Synthetica, there is two known areas, Sector F, a unique place that combines nature with technology, and Sector N, or NEDE, Needy, I don't know, Needy maybe? I'm not too sure. A metropolis reflecting the frenetic energy of Synthetica. Lastly, there is also Saya's mind, which has taken a physical form that reveals the mysteries of the world of Somnium. Within it are the sacred ruins, the entrance to Saya's mind, where the laws of physics and gravity have no influence. Then there is Schrodinger's town. Its only inhabitants are children dressed in immaculate white clothes and red flowers instead of faces, as well as cats that wander freely. Okay, so there's also a huge emphasis with locations all starting with the letter S, so that might be something to note for future reference. This is most of what I could find about the game based on the demo and the website itself, as well as some of the trailers that made me kind of piece them all together. To be honest, I watched all of them so many times to try to get to know what's going on exactly, and to be honest, I'm still kind of confused, but who knows, maybe there's a reason why there's going to be supposedly multiple playthroughs and maybe some endings. I don't know, that's something I can hope for. I'm super excited for this project, and who knows, maybe I'll start making videos covering topics about AI code when it finally officially releases. Who knows, hopefully sometime soon, and it's really shaping up to be a love letter to the NieR series. Take care, and I'll see you soon.